What is up, everyone? B.O.B. here, back with another episode from the Dynasty SMP. And I'm starting this episode off here at the honey hangers that I built in the last episode, because that's going to lead me to, well, one of my next projects. See, when I was trying to gather all this glass, I was using these four little furnaces. Just four little furnaces, and I'm using coal to fuel these things. This isn't ideal. Obviously I need a super smelter, right? If I'm going to be building stuff with lots of glass, four little furnaces just ain't going to do. Now, if I'm going to build a super smelter, mining for coal ain't going to do either. So I need a fuel source. I think I'm going to go with kelp. I'm going to do a big kelp farm. You could do bamboo, yada, yada, yada. My bamboo farm isn't really sufficient for fueling a super smelter. Like, this is great if you need a couple of stacks of planks for like a couple of chests or whatever. But to fuel a super smelter, well, I would need a little bit bigger of a bamboo farm than that. But kelp, well, I could build a nice tall kelp farm that would fuel a super smelter just fine, I'm sure. So, in short, I need to build a kelp farm and a super smelter, but that's not all. You see, another member of the Dynasty SMP, DiscLloyd, he approached me about building an XP farm for his Elytra course. He built an Elytra course here on the server, which I have yet to check out. It's not officially open until October 1st, but he wants some sort of XP machine there to repair Elytra, which makes sense. If people are going to be making multiple runs, they're going to want some sort of way to repair their Elytra there. And originally he was thinking like XP bottles, like bottles of enchanting, but I don't got nearly enough clerics to fuel something like that. So I suggested one of these new farms that utilizes the potion of infested. And I came up with a design that I think is going to work pretty well in the space that we have. And this is the design right here. Now we're utilizing an alley here to splash the potion with. And the reason why I'm doing that instead of like the zombie snowman method that you might have seen in a few episodes ago over at Olicito's base is because, well, this is going to be in a mesa biome or badlands biome, whatever you want to call it. And snowmen cannot survive in such a biome. So, yeah, I'm utilizing alleys here. And, one thing I realize is the problem with these farms is sometimes the alleys die. And I think I've come up with a foolproof method where that won't happen. See, I have everything set up on timers. If I hit this button, it will splash the alley with the infested potion. That's a little bit louder than I was expecting. But as you can see, many, many silverfish are spawning. So we can turn on the trident killer here. And I'm just going to back away from that because that's pretty loud. But this is going to work really, really well for repairing Elytra. It's a confined space. And what I've done is, like I said, timers. It's going to run for 1 minute, and then there's going to be a 1 minute cooldown. And this is going to allow the alley to heal, so it's not going to burn to death, and we can continuously use this farm. I've utilized an etho hopper clock to make this happen. See, for 1 minute, everything's going to shift over here, and that's what triggers the farm. 1 minute passes, this redstone block's going to shift back over. That redstone torch is going to flash, and that's going to cause a dispenser over here to, dispense water, which is going to put out the alley and put out the fire. And it's, we're not making full use of the potion in this regard because the potions last for 3 minutes. But if you let the alley burn for 3 minutes, it's going to die. So you let the alley burn for a minute. You put it out. I have a 1 minute cooldown built into this farm. It's going to take another minute for all the items to move from this hopper back over to the other one. That's going to give the farm time to cool down, give the alley time to heal up. So all I got to do now is take this design and, put it on the Dynasty server. Well, I'm just starting to gather up some redstone components for the projects that I need. And one thing that I realize I definitely want to put in here somewhere is an automatic dispenser crafter. That's a weird phrase to say, dispenser crafter. Yeah, an auto crafter for dispensers. like I got all the junk bows I could ever possibly need I can get from the skeleton farm, but it's still a pain to have to craft up a bunch of dispensers. You know, like you kind of have to manually do it, but like not really, because we have the auto crafters now. So maybe I'll just build a machine that can do that for me at some point. I'm not going to do that right now though, I just need a few dispensers. Alright. Well, the sign indicates that this is where the XP farm is gonna go. At least I hope the XP farm is the farm in question here. There was like a water tower here, but Lloyd must have taken it down to give me room to work, which is cool. I like this space should be more than enough. The farm I came up with is like a 7x7, but there's gonna be a few like redstone lines. I'll hide them in clever ways. The good thing is that I don't have to decorate this. Lloyd's going to build it all in. I'm going to try and fit the theme as much as possible. If you look at some of these builds, you can see, well, I mean, we're in a mesa district or a mesa biome, but it's got kind of a Western theme over here. And so I'm going to stick to the color palette as much as possible. I might end up running back home for more materials, but I'm going to get things started here very quickly. And I stopped in here at the shopping district. I want to get some concrete. I'm going to do some brown concrete for, well, like the above sections of the farm. I did do a little bit of that nasty off-camera mining. Where is my diamonds? There they are. Yeah, I did a little bit of that off-camera mining that we're all so familiar with, except for not to the extreme that most YouTubers would do. I got myself a couple of diamond ores, so I have a little bit of spending diamonds. Not a big deal. I'm wondering if I should... No, I'm getting set, because I don't want to have to convert it, even though I got a converter. I'm going to buy some concrete, because I want to match the theme of what Lloyd is building over there, but I need something that's not going to burn. So, concrete is what we're going with. I'm going to head back over to the mesa. Look at this. I came back to my base to gather some materials for this farm. And one of my bees has gotten out of their hangar, and that's the reason I built this like kind of like in between hallway. Get back in there, because I didn't want them to escape, but somehow it managed to escape, and I don't know which hangar it came from. I'm going to assume it was this one, and drop back into that. That's crazy though. That's crazy. I don't know how it managed to just wander outside of the hangar. It had to have like hit the pressure plate to get out. That's the crazy part. Anyway, back to the project. And seeing how that one bee is so desperately trying to get out that door, I think I might have taken him to the wrong hangar. I'll fix that. Well, I've gathered some materials. I've come back to the build site, and it looks like Lloyd has left me a present. Let's see what's inside here. Oh, wow. Oh my God, that's gonna be so helpful. Oh, geez. Okay, well, thank you, Lloyd. We're gonna get this farm built right away. That way people have a place to repair their Elytra when they're going through this Elytra course. I will take on this course, but I'm gonna wait until October 1st. That's when it opens officially. And then, well, of course, I'm going to include that in a video. You guys will all get to see it. But I can't wait. I'm going to get started on this. All right, quick change of plans. I'm no longer building on top of the water tower, yet inside of this hole, which is actually probably going to make things easier. Lloyd dug this 7x7 hole. I'm probably going to have to make some like 1x1, you know, tubes up through this to run redstone. I don't know. I'm probably going to use like shifting blocks so we can hide it real easy. Yeah, you know, just have a... Well, I'll explain it when I get it built. Well, after fighting with the project for way longer than I rightfully should have, I have completed the XP farm. Now this thing's a little bit complicated. Let me try and walk you through it. All right. First thing is, we have ourselves a redstone piston door to get in and out of the Trident Killer. And if you notice, whenever I opened up that redstone piston door, so I can actually get in here, we want to give them access to rethrow the Tridents. This lamp turned off, and there's a reason that happened. But we'll get into that in just a bit. Nothing real special behind this door. It's just like half a jab door, but it is sending a signal beyond the door. We'll get to that. Here underneath the slab, we have ourselves a item filter, and this item filter will only accept diamonds. Now, whenever it does accept a diamond, that's gonna, go through this, send the signal through this filter, and that's gonna make this redstone lamp turn off for just a second. When that happens, it's going to allow this piston right here to retract. When that happens, it's going to allow this piston right here on top of the farm to extend. Whenever that happens, that's going to push this redstone block away from that piston. This is what's going to allow our hopper clock to go through one cycle. Now, when that cycle begins, a couple of things are going to happen. First thing is this redstone redstone torch is going to flash, and that's going to send a signal over here to our dispenser that's dispensing our bottles of Infested to hit our alley with, and then a game tick later, it's going to light that alley on fire. But that's not all that's going to happen. This piston right here, it's downward facing. Well, that's going to get powered at the same time. So let me show you what's going to happen down below there. Well, it's going to push this redstone block right here down to the face of this piston. Now, that piston's going to want to extend, but it can't as long as the piston up above is extended. So that's just going to stay here, and it's going to light up this redstone line that comes around the room here, and it lights up this redstone torch, and that redstone torch is sitting right below, well, that redstone lamp I pointed out earlier in the episode, well, just a few minutes ago. You can see it is now on. So whenever the cycle starts, that lamp turns off. That means that you can't drop any more diamonds into the system. It's going to lock the diamond filter. See, it'll send that redstone signal all the way through this line here, up onto here, all the way up, and locks that hopper. So as long as this lamp is turned off, no diamonds can be accepted, and that's going to happen, well, obviously, when the cycle starts, the farm's already in use, you can't drop another diamond in while that's happening. There's also going to be a 1 minute cooldown after 1 minute of the alley burning. It's going to be extinguished, and then the farm's going to go into a cooldown mode for another minute. That's going to allow our alley to heal back up. This lamp will stay turned off the entire time, indicating that the farm cannot be used. When the lamp lights back up, it will then accept diamonds again. Cannot accept diamonds at any point while it's in cooldown, or if, another failsafe I put in, if this piston door is open. That's also going to lock this hopper so it can't accept diamonds, and it's going to turn off that lamp to indicate that you can't use the farm right now. So hopefully, people will know to, check the piston door, make sure that's closed, and if they don't, well, at least now they're not going to spawn a bunch of silverfish that are going to kill them. Another thing that can lock up that hopper down below and deactivate the farm is if we run out of potions in this dispenser. See, we're comparing a signal from that right there. And if I can get up around there, we're sending that signal into this torch right here, which is lighting up that redstone dust there. And that's going to extend that piston whenever that torch lights up. So that will, let me just show you down here. That will push this redstone block down, lighting up this redstone line. Of course, that piston will want to extend, but it won't be able to because the one up above is already extended. But that's also going to lock the hopper, turn off our redstone lamp, so on and so forth. So there's several fail safes. No money should ever be wasted. You can only use the farm when it's available to be used. I guess we could, I did test run it a couple times, but I guess I could show you how it runs. All right, our indicator lamp is on. That means our farm is eligible to be used. Let me go ahead and just drop a diamond here on the filter. And silverfish start to spawn. Let's turn on the Trident Killer. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sit here and soak up the XP. Keep in mind, I'm at like level 68 and I don't have anything that really needs repaired. But this is going to be plenty of XP for like quick Elytra repair, I'm sure. Oh yeah, like it's shooting up for level 68. And you know, it'll run for a minute. Like I did it earlier, I had enough time to repair like all my tools. So this is gonna do great. So yeah, XP farm complete. I'm going to meet up with Lloyd later on tonight and give him the rundown on how it all works. So, you know, he knows like what he can do decoratively, you know, what he can get away with, what he can change. Right now I'm just brewing up a whole bunch of potions to stock with, so I don't have to worry about it for a little while. A funny story about that. When I first built this, I spent a good hour troubleshooting it. I even had Al come over and drop a diamond in while I could watch the redstone just so I could try and figure out what was going on. And I could not figure out why it was not working. Funny thing is, I wasn't using splash potions. I was just using normal potions. It was just kind of spitting it out of the dispenser and then lighting it on fire. So I wasted a whole bunch trying to figure out what I was doing wrong. But it turns out, well, I'm just an idiot. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I'm going to meet up with Lloyd later on tonight. I may or may not get some clips giving him the rundown, so that might be the next scene. Well, Al redid the nether hub just last night. I like it. I like it. It's kind of like a realistic compass. But these guys seem to like it too, since they spawned right in the glass just to be there. That's fantastic. Oh, anyway, I'm out on my way out to meet Lloyd now. What is
How much, brother?
Let's sleep through the night here. So yeah, there's actually quite a bit going on in this farm. But like as far as like user interface, this is all going to be relatively simple. If the light is on, the farm is active. So you can drop a diamond in, turn on the trident killer, and stand right here and collect XP. If say like this piston door is open, so like the kill chamber's open, well that won't collect diamonds. So see, the light is off. So like
sure, okay.
So foolproof. If it's out of stock, it won't collect diamonds. And then during cooldown, it won't collect diamonds. So basically all we need to do is let them know that this redstone lamp, if it's on, the farm is active. If it's off, they need to either make sure this door is closed or just wait a minute and it'll turn on. If it doesn't turn on after a minute, that means I need to stock potions, which I brought a whole bunch extra with me, so I'll fill that up. But yeah, all you gotta do to make it work, drop a diamond in that. You know, as long as you've rethrown the trident, it will give you XP.
Yeah, that's OP. That's wild.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I might build one at my base.
Huh. So charge from 2 diamonds.
Well, I mean, I could, but I think a diamond's fair, because it's, you know, it's basically a diamond for a potion. Is basically what it is. But yeah, like I said, I might build one of these at my base. It's OP for sure. Honestly, though, like I'm I'm kind of impressed with it. There is a lot. Like this machine might be smarter than me. There's a lot going on for such a tiny little package.
Yeah. So how you have it so it only runs for a minute instead of 3 minutes? Yeah.
So like, all right. So Etho hopper clock, right?
Right.
2 stacks and 22 items. That's exactly a minute. So it'll take exactly a minute for that to travel from one hopper to another. That's gonna be like the whole like XP cycle. So once that goes through that, it's gonna extinguish that outlay. And then it goes through its cooldown cycle. That takes another minute. You know, the lamp will be off. It won't collect diamonds during that minute, but after the minute is up, everything will reset and it'll be good to go again. Well, cool. Thanks for the collab and all that.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. I'm glad you're into it.
Oh, absolutely. This was such a fun project. Like, I'm using a lot of obscure redstone mechanics here. Like, a lot of pistons are already wanting to fire, but they can't because other pistons are already extended, and like everything's just waiting to happen, which is, I don't know, that's weird way to explain it, but that's the best way I can explain it. But yeah, this was such a fun project. This is the first type of first time I built this type of farm, so, you know, it was a new thing to explore. Everything just waiting to happen. That is a great way to describe how that farm all works, because it's really a bunch of redstone signals that are already turned on. They just can't function until another one turns off. And like, I don't know, I feel like it's a pretty clever way to go about things. But I think I'm going to call it an episode there. And I know that I didn't even get started on the 2 projects I talked about at the beginning of this episode. But the XP farm turned into a bit more of a technical project than I thought it was going to be. But like, I love it. I loved the project. It was so much fun to take on. And like working out all the different like redstone bugs when I first built it, aside from the fact of me just being stupid and using the wrong potions, I really enjoyed building that farm. I'm not going to enjoy building the kelp farm because I've done a million of them, but it needs to happen. But of course, that's going to have to happen in the next episode. I want to thank everybody for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you are new. You know, if you want to check out other Dynasty members, there are links to the community Discord in the description of this video, as well as links to the BOB Discord that also has a Dynasty channel with links to all of their social stuffs, YouTubes, and stuff like, you know, all of that stuff. Any of the Dynasty members you want to keep up with, it's all on Discord. Again, thank you all for watching, and I want to wish you all a wonderful day.